Nestled in the quiet, coastal village of Mawnan in Cornwall, a chilling cryptid has haunted the imagination of locals and visitors alike since the mid-1970s. Described as a large, owl-like creature with glowing red eyes, sharp talons, and wings spanning over 10 feet, it became known as the Owlman of Mawnan. Many compare this terrifying figure to America's Mothman, but the sightings of this strange creature are uniquely British. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are exploring the eerie legend of the Owlman, a cryptid that has left a lasting impression on Cornwall's folklore and cryptid lore. The earliest alleged sighting of the Owlman actually occurred in 1926, involving two young boys who were playing near the church of St. Mawnan and St. Stephen. They reportedly saw an owl-like creature with glowing eyes in the woods. However, at the time, this event didn't really attract that much attention and was largely forgotten until the 1970s, where sightings of the Owlman surged, began making headlines, and became a widely discussed mystery. In April 1976, two young girls, June and Vicky Melling, were on holiday with their family. While playing near the old church of St. Mawnan and St. Stephen, they witnessed something that would haunt them for years. According to their father, Don Melling, the girls were so terrified by what they saw that the family cut their holiday short. The girls described the creature as a giant bird with the body of a man standing nearly 5 feet tall. It had large wings, sharp claws, and eyes that glowed red in the fading light. They said the creature took off into the sky with an eerie, silent flight, vanishing into the trees. The girl's description was remarkably similar to that of the 1926 sighting, an owl-like creature with human qualities. Now, the story of the Owlman might have faded into obscurity if it weren't for the involvement of a local paranormal researcher called Tony Doc Shields. Shields entered into correspondence with the Melling family and publicised the event. It was through his efforts that sightings of the Owlman gained traction. Shields claimed to have received several other reports of sightings, some even dating back to an earlier time. Just 3 months after the Melling girls' sighting, in July of 1976, two teenage girls, Sally Chapman and Barbara Perry, reported seeing the Owlman in the same area near the church. According to Sally, the creature suddenly appeared from behind the trees as they were camping. She described it as having pointed ears, large wings, and glowing eyes, and said it emitted a strange hissing sound before taking flight. The girls were horrified by what they'd seen, and their description was eerily similar to that of the Melling sisters from a few months prior. Once again, the creature had appeared by the ancient church, an isolated building surrounded by dense woodland and steeped in local legend. So why Mawnan? The area around the village, particularly the old church and nearby woodlands, has long been engulfed in mystery and folklore. Some believe that the Owlman sightings could be tied to ancient legends of shapeshifters or spirits tied to the land. Others speculate that the creature may have been drawn to the area due to its isolation and the proximity to the coast. St. Mawnan and St. Stephen's Church is a building surrounded by thick woods, which could easily conceal a creature of the Owlman's size. Many who hear about the Owlman draw comparisons to the American cryptid Mothman, whose sightings in the small town of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, began in the 1960s. Like the Owlman, Mothman was described as a large, winged humanoid with glowing red eyes. However, while Mothman is often associated with disaster and is believed by some to be a harbinger of doom, the Owlman has no such clear connection to tragedy. The most well-known connection to Mothman was the collapse of the Silver Bridge in 1967, a tragedy that took 46 lives and led some to believe that the creature had a supernatural or prophetic role. In contrast, the Owlman sightings have not been linked to any major events or disasters. However, both creatures share an uncanny similarity in terms of description and timing, leading some to speculate that they may be part of the same phenomenon. Could these sightings be related, or are they simply two examples of similar, unexplained phenomena happening on opposite sides of the Atlantic? Despite numerous sightings throughout the late 1970s and early 1980s, the Owlman has largely remained a local legend. The creature has reportedly been seen sporadically in the decades since, but no concrete evidence has ever been found to support the existence of a giant, owl-like humanoid. Skeptics argue that the sightings may have been caused by misidentifications of large birds such as owls that is native to the area. It is entirely plausible that these sightings were simply of a large bird, such as an eagle owl or a barn owl, especially in low light conditions. Owls are known for their silent flight, and when their wings are fully extended, they can appear to be much larger than they actually are. And in terms of the glowing red eyes, well, that could simply be their eyes reflecting light in the darkness. Now, I have been lucky enough to actually work quite closely with birds, and especially some larger species of owl, so I can confirm that they are absolutely massive when their wings are fully extended, some of these species, and it's not unusual for owls to make sort of hissing or clacking noises with their beaks if they're feeling uncomfortable. So it's entirely possible where one of the sightings mentions a hissing noise before the Owlman took off, that actually that was an owl that spotted these humans, hissed or clacked at them in some way, and then took flight. That's not to say that the Owlman does not exist, but it does suggest that there might be a more mundane reason or explanation for what these people saw. But even with these rational explanations, the legend persists. For some, the mystery of the Owlman lies in the consistency of the sightings and the shared characteristics reported by witnesses. Characteristics that go beyond what could be attributed to an ordinary bird. Could there be something more to the Owlman of Mawnan, a cryptid that is yet to be discovered, or perhaps a manifestation of something even stranger? The Owlman is a fascinating case because, like Mothman, it occupies a space between reality and myth, sitting at the edges of folklore and modern cryptozoology. While there's no physical evidence to support the existence of such a creature, it's clear from the consistency of reports that something is going on. Now, whether that's psychological, environmental, paranormal, something else entirely, that remains to be seen. So what do you think? Was it a real creature? Was it a trick of the light? Was it something supernatural? Have you ever seen it? Let me know in the comments below. The Owlman of Mawnan may never be proven to exist, but like all great mysteries, it continues to intrigue those who seek the unknown, whether a cryptid, a misunderstood bird, or a manifestation of something beyond our understanding. The Owlman remains an enduring figure in British folklore, and for those who believe, the Forest of Mawnan is still a place where the ordinary meets the extraordinary. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and remember, sometimes the line between myth and reality is paper thin. Thanks for watching.